my life were like a Broadway show, for then I would always know the score, and I could predict how it was sure to go. If I'd seen the movie before, I'd be as attractive as a guy could be, and recognize
the nice people here at the Hippodrome have given us beautiful soft lighting. I hope everyone watching is very impressed.
Yes, no expense spared on the lighting.
Alexander, you are coming here in a couple of weeks to do a concert.
Yes.
With a whole lot of people.
That's right.
Famous people like. And this is based on an album that you've released called Wit and Whimsy.
That's correct.
Why Wit and Whimsy?
Why Wit and Whimsy indeed? Well, Wit and Whimsy, I suppose, has its origins in a lot of funny songs that I wrote for the BBC, and in fact have been writing for Radio 4 and for the World Service over some years.
Forever.
About topical things, well, not quite forever, but about things like general elections or cup finals or the EU or politicians or anything that was newsworthy, really. And then people eventually started saying, well, when are you going to start performing some of these live? So I started giving these live performances, but I quickly discovered that because a lot of the songs I'd written for the BBC were very topical, several months or even weeks down the line, they didn't have the same kind of relevance. So I thought, right, I better write some new songs. So I started writing songs that were very much in that style.
Nothing beats a piece of pizza pizza. Pizza pizza beats non-pizza pizza, that's for sure. There's no pizza pasta prone to please. No hunger, pizza peas, appease. A piece of pizza pizza leads to eaters please for more.
You managed to get a whole lot of really big stars on this album. How do you do that?
How do you
It's a logistical nightmare, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it did take quite a lot of careful planning. Basically, a number of them were people who I'd worked with, either on my solo performances, who'd been my special guests, or some of them appeared in musicals that I've written. Some of them were brought in by Mike Dixon, who's the brilliant producer of the album. And some of them, neither of us knew, and we just went to and
So
said,
they've got this really good song, how about singing it?
yeah, and we were just thrilled that they all said yes.
I want to feel like I'm creating art and have a sense of subtlety and substance to my part, for I'm certain it would feel good to be emulating Gielgud, not just grin as Tommy Steele would when a spotlight shines on me. A respected serious actor's what I really want to be.
Wit and Whimsy is different from comedy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very difficult to actually pinpoint the precise genre, because people say comic songs and you automatically think, oh, it's kind of rumpty-tumpty-tumpty-tum. But I suppose my songs fall into various categories. I write a lot that are about characters, crazy characters. I'm fascinated by eccentrics. I have often been called one myself.
Right. In a nice way.
Hopefully. So there's a song on the album called I Love to Sing, recorded by Emma Williams, which is, I suppose, inspired by the lot of people you might see on programmes like The X Factor, who can't sing for toffee but think they've got the most amazing voices.
I'm cursed with wide vibrato that sometimes might sound strange. I swear though I can feel the right notes somewhere in its range. Though neighbours come and go like anything, I love to sing.
But I also love story songs that have twists in them. So, for example, Miriam Margolyes and Christopher Biggins have each recorded songs that are narratives, and you think they're taking you in one direction, and then they rather abruptly force you in quite a different direction.
All at once, before long, though God help me, it's wrong, I have let something pass through my lips, and the size of the pleasure's beyond earthly measure, a thrill that no drug could eclipse.
And there is that beautiful thing of listening to someone like a Miriam Margolyes. I mean, all of these people are talented people that are involved on the album, but hearing someone like that actually do your thing, which probably you've done live, and you wrote it and you sweat over the piano and did it. So that's you visited this old friend of yours
Yes.
so many times, and then all of a sudden you're in the studio and you're hearing her do it, and it's like a bought one. It's like a real.
It is magical. It is magical, especially when you're blessed with artists of the caliber as all of the ones we've got on the album.
She's got the most beautiful speaking voice.
I was thrilled to get her. I was thrilled to get all of the lineup. It is great, and ultimately it also comes down to collaboration. A lot of these songs have really just been, they're all obviously written by me. I performed a lot of them myself. I didn't want to perform any of them on my album because I thought it would make for a more interesting oral experience to have lots of voices, particularly since they were, I'm fortunate to have had no shortage of these people say to me, well, if ever you need someone, give me a call.
So you're coming back here to the Hippodrome to do your Wit and Whimsy. This is like a launch concert.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it's a far larger scale version of the previous performances that I've done. So where we're going to be joined
and
by...
are any of these wonderful people from the album going to be...
Oh, of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course, absolutely. The nice thing about the event at the Hippodrome is that we'll be performing a lot of the songs from the album live with artists from the album, and there'll also be one or two surprises. So one or two special guests who will be gracing us with their presence. So it's a great opportunity to just celebrate the release of the album with a one-nighter in a beautiful space. And because the material is comedic, it's always great doing it live. I mean, obviously, the idea behind doing a recording is to increase the number of people who it can reach, because not everyone is always going to be able to come and see you perform. So the material is hopefully going to get out there. But for those people who do want to experience the live version of what they hear on the album, then it's all going to be happening at the Hippodrome. I wish that my life were like a musical. Well, I felt at home in any key. I'd not have to trek to any place at all. Projections would just come to me. I'd get sentimental without cause to fear that partners would puke at every word they hear. My voice would be pleasing to a phantom's ear. A tunnel would end with a light. And then if my life were like a musical, I know there would be a whole show about me with a score